Welcome back to Overkill Reviews, Banger's weekly metal review show. My name is Daniel DK. Feels great to be back in the Banger Bar, doing my first review from not at my desk in a very long time. Just returned from Psycho Vegas. Great to see a bunch of amazing metal bands. Super stoked. I've got some Exciter tour dates coming up in November. Really feels great to be back here and getting somewhat back to normal, reviewing albums for you all. Today I'm looking at an album by an artist as well known for his musical contributions as he is recognized as a defender of the art of partying.
Everybody says no one wins. What will you do when the end begins? When the angel makes dismayed sorrow. Everybody burns. No one loves. What will you do when the king returns? When the angel takes away tomorrow. Everybody says.
Yep, it's the purveyor of positive partying himself, Andrew W.K, and his new record, God Is Partying, out today on Napalm Records. So this is full-length album number 6 for multi-instrumentalist Andrew W.K. You probably remember him best as being the dude with the bloody face on his album cover for I Get Wet, featuring Obituary's Don Tardy on drums, of course. He sings about partying hard and beautiful girls. This was some 20 years ago. I actually didn't even realize he had put out so many records since then because I feel like his musical career was somewhat overshadowed by the lore about him being an industry puppet, either created by Dave Grohl or that he wasn't even a real person but a character being portrayed by various actors. Look it up, it's a thing. Throw in the fact that he would become a motivational speaker on the philosophy of partying, a published author, an esteemed air drummer, and a staple in mainstream media for non-musical endeavors, and it begins to make sense why his other records may have slid under your radar. Regardless, we're here to take a look at this latest release and see if he's still got what it takes to keep this party animal entertained. Let's talk about the good. Actually, scratch that. Normally I'd start with the best parts of any record, but guess what? This record literally doesn't start out with anything I'd call the best, so to me, it makes most sense to start on what I didn't like about this album. I don't want to start by negatively ripping on this dude's appearance, or anyone's appearance for that matter, but if Kiss and Slipknot can both change costumes every album cycle, and Kerry King can get new spiked gauntlets, and Slash can have alternate top hats, there's absolutely no reason Andrew W.K still needs to be wearing the same outfit he debuted in 20 years ago. Especially since it now appears he has pissed himself on the cover of this record. That's party foul number 1. But let's talk tunes. I'm a metalhead, this is a metal channel, this is not a metal record. The official press release keeps referring to the record as sinister and metallic, but all I'm getting out of it sounds a lot more like down-tuned, single-note radio rock riffs that didn't make the cut for a Royal Blood record. Check it out. Okay. You think I'm being a little too harsh on the riffing? Please allow me to also let you know that there's way too much of this.
You would know it was true. It would actually feel. It would feel just like you. It would have a real voice. It would hear what you'd say. And with freedom of choice.
Not a riff in sight. Who threw on a piano ballad at a house party? That's party foul number 2. So are piano ballads the lowest part of this record? Not even. He literally managed to find a way to annoy me even more on the next song. Try out this electro indie postal service-esque passage and tell me you're not out.
You gotta close your eyes.
Still in? Fine. Pair that verse with this whiny chorus, and you've got me scratching my head wondering what the fuck I'm listening to, and also if Andrew W.K is okay or secretly screaming for help through his music, like when Tiny Rick sings, "Let me out! I'm begging for help! I'm screaming for help!" Finally, let's talk lyrical content. I was expecting there at least to be some wicked party poetry, but really all I got was a bunch of Christian rock talk about God, oaths, heaven, sinning, and staying true. Doesn't Andrew W.K know that Satan parties way harder than God? I'm sorry, my dude, but that's party foul number 3. Even with all those party fouls, I swear there's still a few redeeming qualities on this record. Let's talk the good. First and foremost, musicianship. Andrew W.K plays every instrument on the record and has a co-producer credit. It's obvious he's a trained and esteemed musician, and some of the chord layering and melodies are super well thought out. But again, I'm here for the house party, not a night at the opera. Vocally, there's also a standout moment I gotta share with you. Wicked, right? More falsetto screams and high-pitched shrieks on your next album, please. That shit rules. Oh hey, I even found one guitar solo on the record. It's pretty long, but this'll give you the main idea. Is your face melted yet? A for effort, WK for execution? Also, I'ma just leave you with this snippet that gave me a laugh every time I listen to the record. No reason why, but I feel like Ellefson may have been a co-writer on it.
We came together, and together we would ride each other's road. We blew our load. We blew our load.
Alright, so what does it all mean? Maybe the self-proclaimed party god is getting a little soft on us 6 albums deep. There is absolutely nothing about this record that makes me want to flip over a table, do a keg stand, and start a mosh pit like Party Hard still does anytime when it comes on at the bar. If I weren't a musician and couldn't latch on and find appreciation in some of the more elevated compositional elements of the record, the instrumentation itself, and the solo studio performance from Andrew W.K, I probably would not even be giving as gracious of a rating, but I'm giving God is Partying a very partied out 2 out of 5 skulls. Total aside, but Andrew W.K, if you watch this, there's probably no chance you want anything to ever do with me ever again, but I do love your Napalm Death air drumming video. Folks, if you haven't seen it, stop what you're doing, look that up right now. I myself am an avid air drummer, so hear me, Andrew W.K. I challenge you to an air drum off. You pick the album, and I'll bring my best air cymbal chokes. Alright, now to my favorite part, shoutouts. These are records that you gotta check out. I promise you will like them. Unto Others, Strength, out September 24th on Roadrunner. Don't be fooled by the name change. Unto Others is that band we all loved called Idle Hands, whose first album, Mana, was killer. I saw the band play live a few weeks ago back at Psycho Vegas. It was actually their first show as Unto Others. And the new material sounds incredibly promising for fans of In Solitude, Paradise Lost, and Typo. Creeping Death, The Edge of Existence, the EP out October 8th on E1, an absolute staple in the Texas death metal and hardcore scene. This EP is a follow-up to their mammoth debut full-length Wretched Illusions, features 3 new tracks, 3 revitalized versions of tunes from their first EP. I pre-ordered mine. Did you? NECROFIER, Prophecies of Eternal Darkness, out October 22nd on Season of Mist. Pals from Houston, featuring members of Night Cobra, Oceans of Slumber, and Insect Warfare. This is melodic American black metal with heavy doses of traditional heavy metal at its finest. Highly recommend. All right, that's all from me, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Overkill Reviews. If you're here, I assume you're already subscribed, but if you haven't, smash that subscribe button. We put out 2 videos a week. We've also got a Patreon campaign. Toss us a couple bucks there. Lots of exclusive content. We'll see you next time.
Everybody says no one wins. What will you do?